Erev Tov Chabrim. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. A quick take of our broadcast this evening, and just to let you know, we have spent a great bit of the day today working on Babylon, actually going into some very in-depth detail about Mystery Babylon, and of course, the third Babylon, if you really get down to it. We have three different Babylons, the ancient Babylonian Empire over in Iraq, and then, of course, again, the Syrian kings around the 3rd, 4th century BC that actually were speaking or calling themselves the restored Babylonian Empire, and now even in modern days, the revived Babylonian or mystery Babylon that we have coming out of Rome. We have found some very interesting scriptures on this, and so I have worked diligently to put this information together for you, and we will have that by the grace of God. We'll have it tomorrow to share with you. But anyway, going into a little bit of news broadcast here, very interesting take here. Legal experts challenge the EU envoy to debate on Judea and Samaria. Northwestern international law professor calls on EU's ambassador to Israel to publicly debate the legal status of Israel. Very, very disturbing information here. It says the EU ambassador to Israel, Lars Farborg Anderson, participated last week in Yedoth Horonoth newspaper anti-boycott, divestment, and sanctions, the BDS conference, where he reiterated the EU's stance that Israeli settlements are illegal under international law and are a hindrance to the peace process. That's that guy right there. He is saying that the settlements in Israel are illegal under international law. Keep in mind Psalm 83. Come, let us do away with that name of Israel, that they be a nation no longer. Well, when you begin to first take away the name of Israel off of different places around the world, like the subcontractor for the visa department in the United States that officially did it, every map in the Middle East does not have the name Israel on it. And now you're starting to say that Israel's laws are not legal and their settlements are not legal in their own country that has been mandated by the British, no less. We got some serious problems going on here. Anyway, Anders additionally turned to 1949 armistice line an international recognized border, even though in 1949 line is neither internationally recognized nor it's a border. What about the fact that the Jordanians came in and just annexed the West Bank from the Israelis and the United Nations did nothing about it? What about the fact that that land belonged to Israel according to the League of Nations that had given the mandate through the British mandate that that land was Israel's? Why did you let the Jordanians come and annex the West Bank? I mean, this is absurdity. Legal grounds claim the EU stance contravenes the officially recognized rightful president of the state of Israel and Judea and Samaria according to international law. These rights were recognized unequivocally by the League of Nations, as I just said. I didn't even know that was there, and reaffirmed in Chapter 80 of the UN Charter. Moreover, the EU stance runs contrary to its previous commitment implicit in its having witnessed and signed the Oslo II, an agreement based on stipulations by the UN Resolution 242 and 338 that Israel is entitled to secure and recognized borders. By the way, my Israeli brothers, sisters, they messed you over in the Oslo Accords. The Oslo Accords was so that the Vatican could get control of the entire part of Jerusalem, so that they would turn Jerusalem into an international city and that they would put United Nations soldiers there to guard it. And this is why they've been using the Palestinians ever since. And in fact, just today, I heard the most absurd thing, and I've heard it many, many times by many, many, many different people, scholars included, that the Catholic Church wasn't doing anything about hiding books in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That is a bunch of nonsense and a fabrication lies. Even scholars that have worked on the Dead Sea Scrolls have come forward and said that these books have been hidden. I mean, it is amazing the audacity that people are standing behind the Vatican. And it just lets me know there's a lot of conspiracy going on. The Vatican's got a lot of puppets. They got a lot of people out there in the evangelical and Pentecostal realms there claiming to be evangelicals, claiming to be Pentecostals, claiming to be Messianic. And they're all a bunch of liars that are doing nothing but siding with the Vatican to do many things. One, to bring out, to crush the truth. to crush Israel. And I mean, come on, people. I mean, you really, we got to wake up, friends. You know, God is going to send two witnesses. And you know why? Because all these denominations and the Vatican and all the little puppets for the Vatican that stand with the Vatican and all this nonsense, he's got to send the two witnesses to straighten this mess out, because it is a major mess. And you think Israel got any chance? Look at the Dead Sea Scrolls during those 50 years that the Vatican held them for themselves? Of course not. That's why some scholars that dared to say anything finally came out and began to reveal some of that information. I have talked to Gershon Solomon myself, that he stated to me as a fact that he already knew that the Vatican was hiding documents because it would delegitimize the Catholic Church, and they do not want some of these ancient documents that have been discovered to be released to the public. It's true, friends. We're going to do a very deep study for you on that. We're going to start bringing some scholars in on these things here and really begin to lay these things out so you know what happened in all these things that are going on. Some of these things coming to light, as Simcha did recently when he brought out that the Messiah was there. And of course, it was Catholics that were once again trying to hide the truth. Catholic scholars, they'll rewrite history. They'll do everything they can to keep all the truths shut down. And if anybody tries to bring out the truth, they discredit them, make them look like a bunch of liars and everything else. Because why? They're all Vatican agents, little Jesuits running around, masquerading as true Christians. Unbelievable. Anyway, friends, this is a disgrace that the EU's ambassador to Israel, Lars Faubourg Anderson, is actually doing this. The name Lars just sounds so much like liars. Anyway, what a disgrace. What a disgrace. What will happen to Israel next? The whole world comes against them. In fact, what we're doing on Babylon will go into this as well. Anyway, Shalom Chavrim. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live.